Well, the venue looks absolutely terrific, and we're here today for the Junior British Championships. Now, a lot of people say this is a little bit confusing, but let's quickly explain. The British Championships will be a one-off today, here hosted by the South Eastern Junior Club. It promises to be some fantastic racing. The other complication is that they also run a national title that is the best 4 rides over 6 rounds. 5 of those rounds have been completed. Today we see the finale. So there's a lot at stake for these junior riders, and I keep emphasising they are juniors. We've got the cadets, the juniors, the intermediates and the seniors. And I think behind me in the pits we have got the stars of the future. It seems a nice cliche to use, but if you remember that years ago we had Mark Lorham, well, what a name that is synonymous with Speedway and Grasstrack now. Joe Screen come through the juniors and many, many other riders. It's a great way to start your racing. It's certainly a way to get noticed, and if you're getting good results, then you know that you're going to be set up for the future. A lot have already looked at possibly going into Speedway and things like that. Well, if they can get a British Championship in 1995, so much the better. It's very, very close for the overall national titles. 1 or 2 have already possibly been decided, but there's others that have got to be decided here today. One thing we can be sure of is some terrific racing. I've witnessed it before with these juniors, and I hope through this video you're going to see exactly what I mean. Bikes have started to be warmed up, and obviously everybody's getting ready for practice. I mentioned that it's quite a day today. There's 2 championships that they could actually go for, and one of the so-called stars of the future, I'm going to start with the cadets, I think. Lewis Denham, you've got a chance of actually doing well today, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yes is a very confident yes, I think. But Lewis, I know that you've had some good rides already this season. You've won 2 of the rounds already, haven't you? They must have been good days for you.
Yeah.
Am I going to get a few more words than just yes out of you? Is there any little secrets that we should know about with your riding?
No.
Well, I suppose I did get a change there because I got to the no, but I know it's difficult for you, Lewis, but as you're going to be a star of the future, this is something you're probably going to have to get used to with people talking to you. Have you had a look at the track already?
Yeah.
And what do you think of the track?
Bit bumpy.
Bit bumpy, but big enough for you?
Yeah.
Well, I can see you're obviously going to be a bit camera shy, Lewis, but I wish you the very best of luck, and let's hope it's a double one for you today.
Yeah.
The one class that we all keep an eye on is the seniors, because it is from the 250 seniors they move up to adult racing, and one man that's done exceptionally well this year is Gary Reynolds. Gary, 3 wins so far?
3 wins so far and a second.
So very, very pleased.
Yep, very pleased.
And obviously today is the climax of all the year's racing, but the quick question really for you seniors is, when will it be that you break into adult racing?
24th of September.
So you're actually going to get an adult ride this year?
I'm actually booked in for 24th September, and I'm sending the entries off for 10th of September and 17th of September.
Oh, that's good stuff. I mean, from my point of view as a commentator at these events, I'm looking to see who's going to come through from the juniors, because for what we've seen in the past is that British Championships really are not easy to win, and the 250 riders, when they come into adult racing, are very, very competitive. So, I mean, a lot said there, but the sort of racing you've been doing, do you think you will be on par with the adults?
I think, give me a couple of meetings, I'll be, if not, well, as competitive as the rest of them, and I think I'll be up there.
And obviously, turning back to today, 2 titles really on the go, because you've got that overall from the 6 rounds that you've done, but today is a one-off meeting, and I've got to ask really, is the machinery and yourself in tip-top condition?
The machinery and myself are in tip-top position.
Well, that's great to hear, Gary. The very best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
It gets a little bit interesting with the overall national championships, because top of the tree at the moment is Bradley Kite, I'm going to try and have a couple of words with, but very close to him is Lee Complin. Bradley, do you think you can do it with a good win today?
Yeah. Definitely.
Now there's a very confident little character, as you can see, because you've had 2 wins already in this series, and this is your part of the world, isn't it?
Yeah. It's my local club.
Your actual local club, so you're used to riding in this sort of ground.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to ever go on this sort of track before?
No, I haven't rode on this track, but I've rode on a one up the road, and I like that one. I won that meeting, so I should like this one.
I should like this one, and of course, not feeling that there's perhaps a little bit of pressure coming from Lee?
Yeah, there is like loads of pressure, but you've just got to do your best, in and you can't do any more than your best.
You're absolutely right, mate, and there's a few words there that I think some of our adult riders could perhaps learn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously you rely on your machinery and everything, and hearing it start up a few minutes ago, it all sounded good, everything in tip-top condition?
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's really good.
So a very confident little rider. Bradley, we wish you the very best of luck, mate.
Thank you.
Another one of the seniors that we know is just about to break into adult racing. Tony Dart, not been the best of seasons in this senior event this year, is it?
No, I've had a couple of blow-ups, a couple of fall-off, and just generally no good.
Well, that summed it up quite well, I think. It doesn't sound a successful season, but when is it you actually break into adult racing?
September the 24th, my first meeting at Collier Street on the 500, so I'll be out.
So you're going in on a 500, not on a 250?
No, I don't like 250s. I've been on a 500 the other week, going practicing. It's really nice, easy. Easier, should I say?
Well, easier, yes, I think that's a much better description. But, well, that's one that we can look forward to, obviously. And really, it would be nice to go out on a high. This is effectively today a one-off championship race, so you know you could actually still go out with the British Championships. Your hopes for that?
Oh, I do, yeah. I need it. Because if I win today, I'll get a national licence and a national B licence. I don't have to work my butt off to try and get one. So, as my dad says.
Well, there we are. We get the technicalities of it as well. So, Tony, wish you the very best of luck. I know there's been a lot of work put into the track. Let's hope it suits you.
Thanks, Jim.
That's it, why not give them a round of applause as they come through? Because obviously going down the list, we start with the only girl competitor, Natasha Bartlett. Number 5 is Carl Hall. Number 7, a man that's hoping to do well this afternoon, I'm sure, Steve Boxall. Number 17 is Michael Ryle. Expect a few claps from behind me for this one. Number 20, Daniel King. Number 66 is Anthony Garner. 77 is Junior Dawson. 81, Lewis Denham. 120, Tim Nodes. And completing the cadet class, number 150, Bevan Gilbert Jarrett. In the juniors, something that's going to confuse me as the afternoon goes on, 02, Lee Complin. Number 2 is Leon Camier. Number 4, Daniel Lambs. Number 6, Ian Kitson. Number 9, Kevin Tapping. You see we're doing it in number order, you can get the hang of this, can't you? Number 10, Matthew Stainer. Number 11 is Daniel Stainer. Number 12, John Lambert. See, don't be frightened to shout, I don't mind, honest. Number 14, Robert Finlow. Number 15 is Lee Austin. Number 18, Andrew Parford. 19 is Jamie Nodes. 23, Steve Taylor. 26 is James Theobald. 31, James Mann. Another big round of applause for this one. 38 is Jason King. Number 77, Lee Hodgson. Number 83, Nathan Irwin. Number 111, Adam Allett. Number 153, and like his father suggests, I'm not going to be abusive at all, Thomas Cooper. Number 495 is Bradley Kite. That completes all the juniors. Move on to the intermediates. No, a few we missed. Right, the intermediate class. We start with number 4, Oliver Allen. Number 5 is Christy. Number 6, Craig Sprotson. Number 7, Ryan Tolley. Number 8, Christopher Harris. Number 10, David Rumsey. Number 11, Paul Cooper. Number 12, Andrew Taylor. 16 is Adam Shipp. 18 is Reese Wilding. 21 is Richard Hill. 25, Jason Ross. 34, James Complin. 42, Glenn Phillips. 50, Phil Ambrose. 65, Lee Bartlett. Number 80, Ashley Denham. 99, Rob Clarence. 112, Simon Steed. Number 152, Matt Reed. Stead.
You want a small one, Matt?
The seniors, number 3 is Simon Davey. Number 8, Gary Reynolds. Number 14, Paul Austin. 19 is Jason Hazel. 27, Lewis Ackerman. 39, Gary Hayward. 41, Gavin Morley. 72, Paul Lyde-Uings. 77, Tony Dart. 98, Russell Berwick. 007, Lee Woodgate. And last but by no means least, number 114, Thomas Rowlett. So that being the freebies, on with the show.
Steve Boxall, who's had Reynolds and Swindon, that was at the first round, and won again, third round in Kent, and fourth round in Lincolnshire, so very nice finish. The overall championship was won by the Cadets around this afternoon.
away we go then with the rerun of race 5. This of course the third heat of the juniors, and straight away number 77 Lee Hodgson goes into the lead as they go into that first bend. Well, Lee of course was comfortably leading the race before it was stopped, and if we look further down the field we're looking to see both the riders that had that tumble back out in this rerun. Well, it is Lee Hodgson that leads, coming past me. One of those riders, Ian Kitson, is up in second place. No Lee Complin this time by the look of it. As we go down the back straight, the lead comfortably with Lee Hodgson as we see him come round this bottom bend. Remember of course you've had wins from Bradley Kite and from Leon Camier in this class, so Lee Hodgson will put himself equal to those two with this result. And with just one more corner to negotiate, well, I should say 3 more, isn't it? Because he's got the last lap flag coming up to him now as he goes past me. Still Ian Kitson there in second place. Third place being taken over by James Theobald. But as the tail enders go past me, we look across the far side and see just coming into the last bend, Lee Hodgson. His first checkered flag of the afternoon, but I don't think with the way he's going that's going to be his last. And looking across the far side, there's problems for Ian Kitson. So second place is not going to go to Ian. It is going to in fact be number 26 James Theobald that takes that second spot. So away we go then with race 7. This restarted, and as we go into that first corner, it's Oliver Allen that's made a terrific start. Well, as they come around that first bend, he's certainly not got it all his own way. He's under pressure going down that back straight, but he's certainly still got the lead as he comes into this pit bend for the first time and up past us. Oliver Allen then leading from in second place, number 112 Simon Stead, but he's certainly coming under pressure from Phil Ambrose on the inside. He's also got a rider on his outside as well as they go down that back straight, but Oliver Allen going well at the moment, maintains that lead as he goes into the bottom bend, knows he's got competition right on his back wheel, and that competition is Simon Stead and Andrew Taylor. Andrew Taylor on the outside, Simon Stead on the inside. Phil Ambrose just watching the action that's going on in front of him. As we go into this pit bend for the third time, a mistake from Oliver Allen. That's seen as an opportunity for Simon Stead. He's got much closer to him this time. Phil Ambrose has moved in close as well. Oh, it's all getting very close at the front, and Oliver Allen just by half a wheel has still got the lead. But as they go into that bottom bend, you don't know what's going to happen. Oliver Allen is still got the lead as they come towards the checker flag. It's going to be close. Phil Ambrose has got it. Oh, Phil Ambrose rode a brilliant last bend. Number 50, that's Phil Ambrose. In second place, number 4, Oliver Allen. Third place, number 112, Simon Stead. In fourth place, number 12. Fifth place, number 6. Sixth place, number 11. And as we look to race 8, we're looking for heat 3 of the intermediates. Remember, of course, this is the first ride for all these riders. They want to get this one under their belt, and of course what they would really love is to get a good result as well. Phil Ambrose sneaking it just on the last bend there in race 7. We look to see in race 8 Matt Reed, Christopher Harris, Richard Hill, Jason Ross, Chris Neath, James Complin, Glenn Phillips and David Rumsey. That's how they line up. The green flag's in the air, away go the tapes, and as they come up past me for the first time, interesting to see who's got the best of that start. And it is number 5, Chris Neath, that gets to the front. Matt Reed right up there with him though as they go into that first bend. Christopher Harris moving up through, and indeed it looks as if there's problems for Matt Reed as he goes back to fourth place, or did he just overcook that bend? Conscious of course that they don't want to take the outside flags out or even the inside ones, but as they come past me for the second time, it is Chris Neath that leads. Well, he's certainly tried to open the gaps up on that top bend very quickly round that top bend. Well, interesting if you look back to 3rd and 4th place. That is Matt Reed that's trying to work his way through. Richard Hill still holding that 2nd place, desperately trying to get past Chris Neath, but Chris finding a brilliant tight line on that top bend. No way was he going to leave any gaps for anybody to get through there. Matt Reed still trying to find a way through to get up into that 2nd. Oh, Richard goes very, very wide. He's forced Matt Reed wide to go round him, but Matt is going to try it, and he gets away with it. A brilliant entry into that top bend, and now he goes after Chris Neath at the front. Oh, Chris, I think, is conscious that he's there, and as they go into this last bend, it's going to be the checkered flag this time, and Matt Reed pulls it in tight. Not quite enough, though, as Chris Neath takes the win. Matt Reed gets 2nd place. 3, a win indeed for number 152. Number 5 there, we're told, has been excluded, so 152 takes the win. Number 21 finishing in 2nd place. Number 34 in 3rd place. Number 8 in 4th. Number 42 in 5th place. Number 10 finishing in 6th. Number 25 in 7th. So we now change classes once again, and we move up to the seniors. This heat 1 of the seniors, race 9 in your program. And these are the guys that are just looking to actually go on to the senior racing this year. Gary Reynolds, number 8, takes up the early lead. And he told me in the pits this morning that he starts his adult racing on September the 24th. He's entered for other meeting as well, and although it's a loss to junior racing, I think the experience that he's gained over the years is going to bring him right into the top class racing in the adult world. Very, very experienced rider as he comes round off that bottom bend. Looks very, very comfortable indeed. Simon Davey desperately trying to close that gap on him. But a comfortable lead at the moment, it's got to be said, for Gary Reynolds. Simon Davey has also opened up the gaps between him and 3rd place. And it's just one more lap to go in this, his first ride. And with unfortunately 2 retirements from this race, the field rather depleted. But with just one more bend to go, it's going to be the sort of ride that Gary Reynolds wanted. When I spoke to him in the pits this morning, he said he's just get out there and have a go and see how the day turns out. Well, that's the sort of result he would have wanted, a win first time out. The seniors, their first heat, and a win for number 8, Gary Reynolds. In 2nd place, number 3, Simon Davey. In 3rd place, 007, Lee Woodgate. And in 4th place, number 14, that's Paul Austin. As we turn our attention now to race 10, this of course still with the seniors is heat 2. So at the moment, Gary Reynolds with a win. We look to see from the lineup of race 10 who will also equal him on points. Simon Davey picking up 9 points there for his 2nd place in race 9. The tapes go up, it looks a very ragged start, and the red flag is certainly put up. So away we go with the restart of race 10, and it's Tony Dart that's made the start. Going after him is number 27, Lewis Ackerman, but into that first corner is Tony Dart, and Tony Dart leading. A battle now developing for that 2nd place as we turn our attention perhaps to that, because Tony Dart has started to get away, comes into this bottom bend, and we wonder if there's going to be a clash a little bit later in the day between him and Gary Reynolds. These look to be the two that are fighting for this British Championships today. Round past me for the 2nd time. We knew he was very keyed up and just wanted to get out there and race this afternoon. And this being the first ride is where of course he would want to get a checkered flag with him in 1st place. Quite a gap now opened up between 1st and 2nd place. As we look to see that last lap flag go, Tony Dart looks over his shoulder once again. It is still number 27, Lewis Ackerman, that's fighting off the challenge from Russell Berwick. Russell head down looking to try and get that second place, but Lewis Ackerman has got the moment. As we see the checkered flag go, it is going to be a win first time out for Tony Dart, number 77. Second place is going to be close, but it is Lewis Ackerman that gets it. Third place, of course, to So over 2 pages we go to race 11. We're back with the cadets, and to remind you of those first leg rides, it was a win for number 7 Steve Boxall, and it is indeed Stephen that's got up to the front once again, going down that back straight, leading the rest of the field. It's Daniel King that's holding second place at the moment, and as they come round past me, looking to continue to look like being the 1995 champion. Steve Boxall scored 10 points from his first ride, hopefully looking to get another 10 this time as he comes round, and gap now opening up between him and second place. What a terrific little rider this Stephen Boxall is, though, as he goes past us, totally in control. Daniel King desperately trying to close the gap. Alex Camier in third place at the moment. Tim Nobes back in fourth spot. But as I see the last lap flag go for this time, it is number 7 Steve Boxall that's looking to get maximum points once again. Remind you that he's looking for the overall national title as well by doing well this afternoon, because he already has 3 wins from rounds 1, 3 and 4. If he can win here this afternoon, that assures him of the national title. It means that he's done it on the maximum possible points. 4 rides and 4 wins. There's 10 points towards this afternoon's total, though, for Steve Boxall. Official result then of race 11, a win for number 7, that's Steve Boxall. In second place, number 20, Daniel King. Third place, number 1, Alex Camier. Fourth place, number 120, Tim Nobes. And fifth place, number 77, Junior Dawson. So as we look to race 12, we're still with the cadets, and of course the big question is whether Lewis Denham, who is the strongest challenge to Stephen Boxall that we saw from the first rides. Steve Boxall, of course, had a win, and the other rider that won the other heat was number 81, Lewis Denham. He knows now that being in the second heat, Steve Boxall has gone out and got a win, so he's got to equal it and do no less. Second place at the moment to Lewis Denham is Carl Hoyle. And Carl had a second place first time out. Now at the moment it's looking like being a repeat of that first leg ride. Lewis Denham opened up massive gap now between him and second place. So I'm sure he'll be getting some pit signals to say to him just to take it steady, be sure of the points. And he's going to see the last lap flag this time as he comes round. That's clearly displayed. Well, I can't see any letting up at all from Lewis Denham. He seems determined just to keep piling the pressure on. I think he must be now trying to think whether he can catch up with some of the tail enders, because there is quite a big gap now between him and second place, who is still Carly Hall. And Lewis has now started to pick his way through some of the tail enders. He's going to be across this line to take his second win from 2 rides. Oh, we indeed wait a while for second place, but it is Carly Hall that takes second, so that's 2 rides and 2 second places for Carly Hall. And of race 12, a win for number 81. I'm sure you've all got that one in already. That's Lewis Denham. Second place goes to number 5, Carly Hall, and third place number 17, Michael Ryle. Fourth place number 150, and that's Bevan Gilbert Jarrett, and fifth place number 3, Natasha Bartlett. Sixth place number 66, Anthony Garner. the juniors, and it's race 13 in your programme, heat 1 of the juniors, and he gets very, very close going into that first bend. Leon Camier has got the best of it though, all sorts of problems for Lee Hodgson, who's back in second place. Both of these had a heat win first time out. Leon knowing that this is going to be an important one if he can get it. Lee Hodgson back in racing form, a little bit of a hiccup on that first bend, but he's now back on the racing line and he's looking to go after Leon at the front. Oh, just anxiously watching to see whether that gap will close from first and second. Leon riding brilliantly at the moment. He certainly looks determined to go for his second win. The added bonus, of course, is that he knows that there's going to be a new heat winner from the second rise, because Bradley Kite was the only other winner and he goes in the next race. Oh, one more lap to go, and as Lee Hodgson has tried, he hasn't really closed that gap. And certainly the gaps have begun to open up, but as we look to this bottom corner, coming round for his second win from just his second ride, Leon Camier, who has moved up from the Cadets from last year, takes his second win. Result then of race 13, this the second ride for these riders. A win for number 2, Leon Camier. In second place, number 26, there was an exclusion there for number 77. In third place, number 15, that's Lee Austin, and fourth place, number 19. Fifth place going to number 83. Race 14 then, we see Bradley Kite in action. He had a win first time out. He's got other riders right up there with him. Thomas Cooper right on the inside, a good start for him, but Bradley Kite has come round the outside and got to the front as they go down that back straight. So Bradley Kite it is that leads from Thomas Cooper in second, and it looks as if we're going to get a fight developing for that second place as they come round off the bottom bend. The things have started to close up. Bradley Kite leading, Thomas Cooper in second. That's Lee Complin in third place. Great to see Lee back out there again. Unfortunately missed his first ride after he had mechanical problems following that tumble on the bottom bend. And disaster for number 23, Stephen Taylor, losing a chain on this bottom bend, completely jammed the back wheel up. But let's not lose sight of the action, because Bradley Kite is going for his second win in this ride. Looking very, very comfortable as he goes down that back straight. Had a chance to speak to him this morning, and he certainly seems a very confident young rider as he goes now for his second win. That's 2 rides and 2 wins for Bradley Kite. But it was a checkered flag.
Yeah, but it was checkered flag.
4 laps, just 3 laps completed there. But the official result stands a win for number 495, that's Bradley Kite. In second place, number 153, that's Thomas Cooper. In third place, 02, Lee Complin. In fourth place, number 38, Jason King. Fifth place, number 4. Sixth place, number 12. And seventh place, number 9. So we stay with the juniors for race 15. This, of course, still the second ride for these riders. And going into the lead is number 14, Rob Finlow. Well, quite a battle going on in that first bend. Terrific racing between those front two, but it is Rob Finlow that's got the better of it as he goes down the back straight. Rob picked up a second place first time out, so this will be good for him if he can get the win. He's got quite a battle on his hands though, as number 31, James Mann. who also in fact had a second first time out, is looking to try and get this win as well. The two of them together as they come out of that first bend, and as they go down to this bottom bend, once again they come together, and James Mann goes for the outside line. That's a slightly quicker line, and he's made the best of it. James Mann gets to the front, but coming right back at him is Rob Finlow. Rob deciding not to take the outside line. He's going to just follow him into the bend and look perhaps for a gap on the exit. It's going to get close again, I'm sure, as they go into this bottom bend. But James Mann certainly got the better of it at the moment. This would be a good race win for him. One more lap to go, and there's problems for James. That's another chain that we've lost on that bottom bend. James obviously very, very disappointed to lose that chain. And as he coasts off the side of the track, it does of course make life a lot easier for Rob Finlow as he comes round off that bottom bend. He had a second place first time out, and now he's got a win, so he's certainly going to be pleased with that. Second place goes to number 10 Matthew Stainer, and third place number 111 Adam Allett. So the official result of race 15, a win for number 14 Rob Finlow. In second place number 10 Matthew Stainer. Third place number 111 Adam Allett. In fourth place number 18 Andrew Parfoot, and fifth place number 11 Daniel Stainer. Well, as we go over the page, we move to race 16, and it's with the intermediates as they come up past us. Oliver Allen, who made a terrific start in his first ride, has done exactly the same once again. He's got into that first bend ahead of number 99. That's Rob Clarence, who had a win first time out. Matt Reed's up there as well. He also had a win first time out. So, two Heat 1 winners coming in second and third place at the moment. Oliver Allen leading. Rob Clarence is the one that's going the long way around as he's got up in the second place now in front of Matt Reed. Oliver Allen going a little bit wide on that top bend. Rob Clarence seeing the advantage and going for the inside. Matt Reed just staying right on his back wheel and going with him. Terrific race between these three as they again come together, and Oliver Allen gets taken by Matt Reed on the outside, who takes both of them. A terrific corner from Matthew Reed as he goes into this top bend. He's got himself from third to first, and now Rob Clarence starts to come through. He's moved in front of Oliver Allen up into second, and Matt Reed, I feel sure, is conscious that Rob Clarence is there with him now as he goes into this bottom bend. There's one more lap to go as he turns the power on, sees the last lap flag, and I thought for a moment that engine had gone a bit sick, but he, by the look of it, had just not got it cleanly into gear. Rob Clarence desperately trying to stay with him, but Matt Reed goes down the back straight. One more corner to go as he comes off that bottom bend. This will be his second ride and second win. He takes it. Rob Clarence gets second place. Oliver Allen, after that terrific start, is going to finish in third spot. Official result then, a win for number 152, that's Matthew Reed. In second place, number 99, Rob Clarence. Third place, number 4, Oliver Allen. In fourth place, number 21, Richard Hill. Fifth place, number 80. Sixth place, number 65. Seventh place, number 25. And eighth place, number 10. Now we're already underway with race 17. As looking down the list of entries, of course, we've got Phil Ambrose in this one, who had a win first time out. Ryan Tolley had a second place, and Chris Neath, after a terrific ride, unfortunately didn't get any points, and he's the man that's leading at the moment as he comes round off that bottom bend. Ryan Tolley going after him in second. Phil Ambrose almost into third place there in front of Adam Shipp, and he does get that third spot. Now goes after Ryan Tolley, but Chris Neath still leading as they go into this bottom bend. Comes up past us for the second time. Ryan Tolley trying to close him down. Conscious, of course, that as much as he goes after Chris Neath for that lead, he could possibly leave gaps for Phil Ambrose to come through. Always looking over his shoulder, knows Phil Ambrose is there with him. Well, it gets very, very close on this bottom bend. Chris Neath still taking the lead, and problems for Phil Ambrose. The bike is locked up as he come up past us, and Phil Ambrose pushes himself off the circuit. But as they come round towards the checkered flag, it's going to be a win for Chris Neath. He looked over his shoulder, close for that second place. Oh, we'll wait for the official result for that, but Chris Neath certainly took a win, which I'm sure he's going to be pleased with. Race 17 then, the official result of Heat 2, a win for number 5, that's of course Chris Neath. In second place, number 7, Ryan Tully. Third place, number 16, Adam Shipp. Fourth place, number 11, Paul Cooper. And fifth place, number 34. Sixth place there, number 18. Away we go with race 18. And as we've all quickly noticed, we've got just 4 riders in this one. A good chance perhaps for Simon Stead to actually get a win. He's gone to the front as he comes up past us. That's rider number 112. Number 8, Chris Harris, is up there in second place. He's the one who's trying to put the pressure on. Am I not working? Oh, thank you. Oh, indeed, more mechanical problems again on that far side. But no such mechanical problems for Simon Stead as he goes across in front of us, still leading. Chris Harris trying to actually take that lead from him. But it's all stayed tremendously close as those two have got away and made this just their little battle of their own. Simon controlling that machinery well, keeps a very, very tight line on this bottom bend. He goes into the last lap leading. And is there problems for Chris Harris? He pulls the cutout as he goes past us. He disappears off into the centre green. That didn't sound as if the engine was running as he went past me. So it means that the checkered flag goes for number 112, Simon Stead. Easy, Chris. Of course, we could always get our finishing marshal to move a little bit, couldn't we?
Go on with the flag!
Move the checkered flag!
Move the flag!
Well, he was determined to make him do the whole distance, wasn't he? It means then that the official result reads as a win for number 112, Simon Stead. And in second place, number 42, Glenn Phillips. Third place, number 8, Chris Harris. Well, we're back onto the seniors, of course, as we move into race 19, and this is heat 1 of the seniors' second ride. Looking perhaps for Tony Dart, number 77. He had a win first time out, but at the moment he's in second place to Simon Davey. Simon Davey actually had a second place first time out. I wonder if he's geared up a little bit or found an extra ounce of energy from somewhere. But he certainly leads at the moment as he comes round off that bottom bend, looking very comfortable indeed. Tony Dart trying to pull out the stops to try and catch Simon Davey. 007 Lee Woodgate still there in third spot. But Simon Davey looking very, very comfortable as he goes down that back straight into this bottom bend for the third time, and he sees the last lap flag as he goes past us. He's done well to open up a gap between him and Tony Dart in second. There's a gap then between second and third place. Well, this is going to start to make the point situation interesting, because Simon Davey and Tony Dart have swapped over first and second places in their first and second rides. The official result then of race 19. It was a win for number 3, Simon Davey. A second place for number 77, Tony Dart. Third place, number 98, Russell Berwick. Fourth place, number 72, Paul Lyde-Uings. And fifth place, number 41, Gavin Morley. So we've seen in action Simon Davey and Tony Dart in the seniors in race 19. As we look to race 20, Of course, we get a chance to see the other rider that had a win first time out. That's number 8, Gary Reynolds. Also, Lewis Ackerman, who had a second place first time out. So away we go with race 20 then, and it is Craig Reynolds that gets straight to the front as they go into that first corner. Gary Reynolds, of course, who had a win first time out, looking very, very good indeed. Would love to make this 1995 British title his. Very, very well controlled as he comes round that bottom bend. Almost casually looks down at the machinery as he comes past us. Paul Austin holding second place at the moment. Looking perhaps for Lewis Ackerman, who had a second first time out. But there's no question about the ability of this Gary Reynolds as he goes around that top bend. Ackerman's not out there. And of course, as much as I was looking for Lewis, I've now been informed that he just couldn't get off that start line. So Gary Reynolds getting a bit of a free run this time as he goes into that top bend. And here's Paul Austin, they've still got that second. Thomas Rowlett trying to change things, but Paul Austin still there in second place. Oh, Gary Reynolds now just coasting to the line, looks over his shoulder. He can perhaps preserve the engine a little bit. He takes his second win. And the official result for race 20, it was heat 2 of the seniors in their second ride, and a win for number 8, Gary Reynolds. In second place, number 114, Thomas Rowlett. And third place, number 14, Paul Austin. Well, as we turn over the page and move to race 21, we move back to the cadets again. And it is number 7 and 81 together in this one. These two have both had wins so far this afternoon from 2 rides. This their third ride, and this indeed could be the clash that we've been waiting for. Lewis Denham has got the better of it at the moment as he goes into this bottom bend. Stephen Boxall forced to take the outside line, but he's going to go for it. Lewis Denham pulls it in tight. Stephen Boxall right the way around the outside, and Steve Boxall will now of course try and cut across that racing line, but Lewis Denham has got through there. Oh, terrific riding from Lewis Denham there as he's got through a gap that almost wasn't there, and down the max straight he puts his head down. Over his shoulder he looks. He's conscious that Steve Boxall's going to give him a hard time. Again, Steve Boxall looks at an outside line on this bottom bend. Terrific scrap between these two. Lewis conscious that Steve Boxall is there and looks over his shoulder again. Well, at the age these two are, what terrific racing from what is going to be some terrific talent as they get a bit older. But at the moment, Lewis Denham has got the advantage as he comes down this back straight into this bottom corner. This is where Steve Boxall looks a bit quicker though, as he goes wide on that bottom bend, catches up as he comes past us, and it's the last lap flag for these two. Into the top bend, Lewis Denham holds a very good tight line, making sure there's no gaps on the inside. Steve Boxall drifting a bit wide on the exit of the bend. That's where he's trying to get that extra ounce of speed to try and get the advantage. Now, will the tail enders cause a problem for Lewis? He goes wide around both of them to make sure they don't, and Lewis takes the win. Steve Boxall takes second place, and that could be crucial in the cadet class. It was heat 1 of the third ride, and what a cracker it turned out to be. A terrific win for number 81, Lewis Denham, but he certainly wasn't given an easy time, was he? In second place, number 7, Steve Boxall. Third place, number 1, Alex Camier. In fourth place, number 3, Natasha Bartlett. And fifth place, number 77. So away we go with the Heat 2 of the Cadets, race 22. And a chance now for some of the other riders to pick up good points to ensure perhaps third place behind those two that we've just seen, Lewis and Stephen, because the battle really for this cadet class is certainly going to be between those two. No, this is possibly going to be a battle for third spot, and number 20, Daniel King, has got the lead at the moment from number 17, Michael Ryle. Daniel, who's had 2 second places so far. This could perhaps be his first win this afternoon as he comes around off that bottom bend.
Yeah, not in the pit. And it's Maestro somewhere.
He looks comfortable at the moment, and this is a very important win for him if he can get it. Number 17, Michael Ryle, still in second, not being able to close that gap between him and Daniel King. As we come round off that bottom bend, this is the last lap flag that's going out for him, so this is the end of the third leg ride for the Cadets. Michael Ryle still there in second, now coming under pressure from Carly Hall. Carl Hall has had 2 second places so far this afternoon. They would dearly love to get that third second spot. As we see the checkered flag go, it's going to be a win for Daniel King. He takes the win. Just hanging on to second place is Michael Ryle, as Carl tried going very, very wide, but didn't work. Michael Ryle gets that second, Carl Hall in third place. The result then of race 22, a win for number 20, Daniel King. In second place, number 17, Michael Ryle. In third place, number 5, Carl Hall. And fourth place, number 120, Tim Nodes. In fifth place, number 66, Anthony Garner. There was of course an exclusion there, number 150, not featuring in the results. So we move up a class once more to the juniors. A chance to see in action 02 Lee Complin. He gets to the front as he goes into that first bend, of course having that fall in the first ride, not featuring in the results in the rerun. Now comes out for his third ride and straight away gets himself to the front. Thomas Cooper that's in second spot at the moment. They're trying to make sure that Lee doesn't get too far away from him. Bit of a scrap going on for that third spot, but at the moment all eyes, I'm sure, on the leader, Lee Complin. In fact, as I look back through the field, I just realised that number 14, Rob Finlow, was actually in this heat. He's the one that's scrapping for that second place with Thomas Cooper. And the reason I mention that is looking back at the results, Rob has had a win second time out and a second place first time out. So this really would be a very good win for Lee Complin. Rob has got himself up into second, Thomas Cooper still there in third. Matthew Stainer back in fourth, but Thomas Cooper not wanting to give up, not making it easy for Rob Finlow. And as they come round off this bottom bend, it's going to be a win for Lee Complin. That's his first win this afternoon. Rob Finlow does his points tally no harm at all with a second place, and Thomas Cooper in third. The official result then of race 23 for the juniors. First win this afternoon for 02 Lee Complin. In second place, number 14, that's Rob Finlow. In third place, number 153, Thomas Cooper. And in fourth place, number 10, Matthew Stainer. Fifth place, number 26. Sixth place, number 12. Seventh place, 19. And eighth place, 83. We move on to race 24, and it's Leon Camier that's got to the front. Leon's had 2 wins so far this afternoon, and looking perhaps for his third as they go down that back straight. Look for perhaps third place. Bradley Kite, who's had 2 wins already this afternoon, has certainly not made it easy for himself in this one, because he's got in front of him number 77 in second place, Lee Hodgson. Lee also has had a win this afternoon, and unfortunately excluded in his second ride, so he'll be determined to make sure he gets good points this time. But Leon Camier looking very comfortable at the front at the moment. Matt Reed having to work hard for that third place, not being able to close on Lee Hodgson in second, who also is having a good ride. But certainly in control is Leon Camier as they go down that back straight. This will be a very good victory for him if he can maintain this lead on these two. Tries to hug the inside line, forces Lee Hodgson to go wide. James Mann desperately trying to close up on those front 3, but the action is certainly right at the front of the field. Leon Camier still leading as they go down that back straight. Lee Hodgson got very, very close coming out of this top bend, and he goes wide again on this bottom. But Leon takes it. Lee gets second place, and Matt Reed in third. Well, I think probably everybody that can hear me down the bottom there, whether this tannoy is working correctly, will realise that I put somebody into that race that shouldn't have been there. The official result reads as a win for number 2. That's Leon Camier, that's for sure. That's his third win this afternoon. In second place, number 77. That, of course, is Lee Hodgson. In third place, number 495, Bradley Kite. That was the mistake that I'd made. In fourth place, number 31. Fifth place, number 23. And sixth place, number 18. So we get underway with race 25, and we look across that far side as they indeed have got themselves going already. It is indeed number 38 that's got to the front. That's Jason King. So this certainly could be a good result for Jason, as he leads at the moment. Adam Allett in second place. Oh, looking very comfortable as he goes down the back straight. This would be Jason's first win this afternoon as he comes round off that bottom bend. He's got himself quite a margin on second place, and it's starting to get very close to that second place. Daniel Lands in the green leathers in third place, trying to get that second place from Adam Allett. The two of them almost together as they go into this bottom bend, and now you can see that Daniel Lands has gone for second. Well, with one more lap to go, Jason King still holding the lead. Daniel Lands has got that second spot just from Adam Allett. As far as the overall point situation is concerned, this is going to put Jason right up there amongst them as he comes across the line to take his first win this afternoon.
You didn't video that, I'm not buying that one either.
The official result, a win for rider number 38. That's, of course, Jason King. In second place was number 111, Adam Allett. Third place, number 9. And fourth place, number 11. Unfortunately there, number 4, Daniel Lands, being excluded from the results. So it was 38, 111, 9 and 11. Over the place we go, and we're right back in with the intermediates as we go down that back straight, looking to see who we've got at the front at the moment. And it is Christopher Neath that's got to the front. Simon Steed was the rider that has actually made the best of the gates, but Chris Neath has got right back with him. Andrew Taylor up in third place at the moment, but Chris Neath after that exclusion in his first ride, had a win second time out and looks in very good form this afternoon. Well, of course, some of the other riders that have been doing the winning will have to come up against each other. You never know, he could still amass enough points to get himself this British title as he goes down the back straight, leading comfortably now as the pressure starts to grow on that second place. Andrew Taylor trying to go around the outside of Simon Stead. Those two always together as they come round the top bend. Simon just getting the better as he goes down the back straight, but now Andrew Taylor comes back at him. Again, those two together. Great scrap for this second place. Christopher Neath not aware what's going on behind him. He's just concentrating on getting to that checkered flag. Simon Stead it was that got the best of that second place. Andrew Taylor finishing with a third place. Race 26 was a win for rider number 5, that's Christopher Neath. In second place, number 112, Simon Stead. In third place, number 12, Andrew Taylor. And fourth place, number 21, Richard Hill. Fifth place, number 65. Sixth place, number 11. And seventh place, number 10. Video as well, so... Well, away we go with race 27, still with the intermediates of course, and once again making a terrific start is number 4, that's Oliver Allen. This class certainly proving to be very, very competitive this afternoon. Ryan Tolley is up there in second place, Oliver Allen still holding that lead. Matt Reed back in third place at the moment. As they come round past me, perhaps Oliver Allen can maintain these leads that he's been getting. He's had some absolutely terrific starts this afternoon, but has ended up in second and third place respectively in his first two rides. This time he looks much more in control. Ryan Tolley looking over his shoulder, he knows that he's going to get a challenge from Matt Reed. It's just a question of when it's going to come. Matt Reed trying the long way round, goes for the outside. Ryan Tolley, a good ride from him. Make sure there's no way round on the outside. Matt Reed having to switch and come through on the inside. But while that battle's going on for second and third place, of course, getting away is Oliver Allen. He's maintaining that lead that he got from that excellent start. One more lap to go. Matt Reed has gone up into second place. Ryan Tolley now trying to stay with him as they both go after Oliver Allen down that back straight. Well, it's getting very, very close for this last bend, and Matt Reed looks to have a go as he's again going to go around the outside as he comes all the way up, and it is indeed going to be a win for Matt Reed. Oh, Oliver Allen must be kicking himself. That's 3 times now that he's made such terrific starts, and the field have eventually pulled him back. But you've got to say some excellent riding from Matt Reed. The official result then of race 27, a win for number 152. He had to work for that one, but he got it. Number 152 is Matt Reed. In second place, number 4, Oliver Allen. In third place, number 34, James Complin. In fourth place, number 42. In fifth place, number 25. Excluded from the results, number 7, Ryan Tolley. We get underway with race 28. As they go down the back straight, looking perhaps for Adam Shipp, who scored steadily this afternoon. He indeed has got himself to the front. It's number 16. But let's not ignore the challenge that's bound to come from number 99, Rob Clarence. Rob has had a win and a second place so far, and he goes round the outside of Adam Shipp. Gets himself in front as he goes down that back straight and into this bottom corner. Adam Shipp desperately trying to make sure he stays with him. As they come up past me, it is Rob Clarence that leads. Adam Shipp still there in second place. Am I not working again? Oh, this proving to be a good ride for Rob Clarence. As he leads going around that top bend, takes over the lead from Adam Shipp in the early part of the race, and has now made sure that he's going to get the maximum 10 points. Off that bottom bend he comes and up towards the checkered flag, and it's going to be a good win for Rob Clarence, his second this afternoon. Adam Shipp, of course, getting that second place. Does his points tally no harm at all. 16, that's Adam Shipp. Third place, number 18, Reese Wilding, and fourth place, number 80, Ashley Denham. So we move on to the seniors, and of course all the eyes I'm sure are going to be on number 8, Gary Reynolds, but Tony Dart has made a terrific start. Gary Reynolds goes round the outside of him, though, those two together as they go into this first bend. Oh, Gary Reynolds, who looks so much in control, goes down that back straight and gets himself half a bike's length. A dodgy moment for Gary Reynolds in that bottom bend, and Tony Dart takes advantage of it. Well, these two have had so many tremendous scraps, I've heard, as these nationals have gone on this year, and the two of them once again up against it, and as a chain falls off the back of Tony Dart's machine, it means that Gary, I was going to say, was comfortable. There's problems for Gary Reynolds as well. Well, again he locks up in that bottom bend, but I think he dislodged his cutout as he managed to get it back in. Well, all sorts of drama in this, the third leg, and problems for Gary Reynolds. Well, he's got that cutout back in again as the rest of the field have started to go by him. Now he's back in control. And up in the second place as he comes round that bottom bend. Now goes back into the lead as he comes past us. Just one more lap to go as he pulls the front wheel up in front of us. Oh, certainly this particular race has been packed with drama. A great scrap between those two to start with, and then Tony Dart losing that chain. But Gary Reynolds pulling his cutout out in this bottom bend. Got it back in eventually, and then comes through to take the win. Heat 1 of this third ride, and full of drama, but an eventual victory for number 8 Gary Reynolds. That's his third ride and his third win. In second place, number 14 Paul Austin. In third place, number 41 Gavin Morley, and fourth place, number 72 Paul Lyde-Uings. Well, away we go with the race 30 in your programme, and looking perhaps for Simon Davey, who's had a win already. That Thomas Rowlett it is that's got to the front. Oh, Simon Davey had a terrific first bend then and has got himself up to the front of the field. He knows that he could possibly earn good points this time. Lee Woodgate up in the second spot. Making it look comfortable at the moment is Simon Davey, who's had a win and a second place. And I'm sure what has gone through his mind is that, having seen Lewis Ackerman, who had a second stop in his second ride, and now Tony Dart losing points in his third ride. This is going to be very, very good points for Simon Davey, and I'm sure he's the one who's conscious of as he goes into his last lap. Lee Woodgate still there in second, Russell Berwick still there in third. Well, after that terrific start, Thomas Rowlett back in fourth place. But as we see the checker flag being prepared, this finishes the series of the third rides, and it is going to be a win for number 3 Simon Davey. The seniors, and of course a win for number 3 Simon Davey. In second place, number 98 Russell Berwick. Third place, number 114 Thomas Rowlett, and fourth place, number 39 Gary Hayward. As I'm sure you've probably noticed, everybody knows that it is the interval now. So we'll obviously try and see if we can get a few more speakers working perhaps. As always with the cadet class, And as they get underway, straight away, you can see number 81 moving into the lead is Lewis Denham. Number 20, Daniel King, had a good start and he's up in second place. Alex Camier in third place at the moment. But as they go down that back straight, Lewis Denham doing exactly what he wanted to do, get himself yet another win as he goes on, leading at the moment from Daniel King. Alex Camier losing touch with Daniel from that second and third place at the moment. But Lewis with 3 wins already from his race programme this afternoon, going well, exactly in the position he wants to be. Well, interestingly enough, looking at the national competition that's been running over the 6 rounds, this being that concluding 6th round, this could make a very interesting situation in the cadet class, because this would mean that there could be some equaling of points. But for the moment, we'll stick to the races we got in hand as Lewis comes past me for the 3rd time, sees that last lap flag. He knows that he's in a position to get yet another race win. Daniel King still there in 2nd, Alex Camier still there in 3rd. It's Michael Ryle that's holding that 4th place at the moment. But as they come round to the checkered flag, it will be a finish this time as Lewis Denham comes round to take that checkered flag and he gets the win. Daniel King hangs on to that 2nd place. And 3rd place to Alex Camier. 31, back with the cadets. A win once again for number 81, Lewis Denham. His 4th this afternoon, that's number 81. In 2nd place, number 20, Daniel King. 3rd place, number 1, Alex Camier. 4th place, number 17, Michael Ryle. And 5th place, number 66, Anthony Garner. An unfortunate exclusion there for number 150, not featuring in the results. So, to race 32. And we stay with the cadets, of course, looking for that number 7, that Stephen Boxall, and he's made a terrific start once again. He's got away, already got quite a lead on 2nd place, number 5, Carl Hall. Carl has certainly scored extremely well. There's quite a battle going on for what I think is going to be a battle for 3rd place between Carl and Daniel King. Those two equally scoring well, but not just as well as Lewis and Stephen Boxall. I remind you again that Steve Boxall has won the 1st round at Swindon. He won the 3rd national in Kent, the 4th national in Lancashire, and was 2nd to Lewis Denham in Cornwall for the 5th round. So these two having a terrific scrap. But for the moment, it looks as if it's going to be another race win for Stephen as he goes down that back straight. Last lap flag for him as he comes round this time. Just one more lap to complete in this, his 4th ride this afternoon. As we look across that far side, what looks to be eventually a comfortable victory for Stephen Boxall gives him 4 rides and 4 wins. Well, obviously another one of these riders realising that every single point is valuable, and I think if we cheer loud enough we'll actually get him across that line, in which we do. Of race 32 for the cadets, a win for number 7 Stephen Boxall, and that his 3rd win this afternoon from those 4 rides. In 2nd place, number 5 Carl Hall. In 3rd place, number 3 Natasha Bartlett, and 4th place, number 120 Tim Nodes. We move up to the juniors. We go to race 33, and as they come past me, looking to see who's got that lead as they go into that first bend. Lee Hodgson had made a very good start, and I think it is just Lee by half a bike length as they go around the middle of that bend and out to the back straight. Lee Hodgson then just leading as they come into this bottom bend, but it's all starting to get a bit close. 3 riders together as they come up past me. Number 14 is Rob Finlow in second place. James Mann is the rider in that third spot at the moment, but it's Rob Finlow that's trying to put the pressure on Lee Hodgson. Lee Hodgson, of course, not scoring in his second ride. He's had a win and a second place, and this looks like possibly being another win for him. Well, James Mann has now moved up into second place. I don't know whether that means we've got problems for our third place Rob Finlow, but he certainly seemed slow coming past me. Machinery looks to have picked himself up again as they come round past me, and now James Mann is going for the lead. One more lap to go, and as they go into this top corner, Lee Hodgson certainly not out all his own way. He's under pressure from those 2 riders who seem to have their own battle going on for that second and third. But I'm sure that James Mann has got sights set on perhaps getting the lead on this last bend. They come into the last bend, you can see him turn the power on in the middle of the bend, tries to drive hard round the outside. It's going to be close to the line, but Lee Hodgson gets it. Result then of race 33, starting with the juniors again, a win for number 77, Lee Hodgson. In second place, number 31, James Mann. Third place, number 14, Rob Finlow. Fourth place, number 38, that's Jason King. And fifth place, number 111. Sixth place there, number 12. We continue with the juniors, and all eyes, I'm sure, this time will be on rider number 2, Leon Camier. He's had 3 wins and from just 3 rides, but this time he's got competition from Lee Complin, and Lee Camier looking down at his machinery, certainly slowed coming out of that top bend. Got machinery going again by the look of it, but we wonder if there is a problem. Lee Complin, who of course didn't score in his first ride, had a win last time out. He had a third place in his second ride, so he knows he's got a lot to do. But certainly other riders in the pits will be realising that Leon possibly will be dropping a point here if Lee Complin stays where he is at the moment. Certainly a good ride this from Lee Complin. Leon Camier desperately trying to get back on terms with him, but no answer to him at the moment, as that gap has started to get a little bit bigger, or has it? He starts to close coming into this bottom bend. One more lap to go for Lee Complin. Leon can just chase after him as he goes into that top bend. Andrew Bartlett is the rider that's got that third position. But as we look to that far side, Leon certainly has started to close coming into this last bend. Is he going to make a last effort on this last bend? Lee Complin has still just got it at the moment, but Leon Camier gets close to him. It was close to the line. I think that Lee Complin possibly relaxed a little bit, and that's terrific to see from those 2 racers. They knew it was a good finish. A win for 0-2, that of course is Lee Complin. In second place, number 2, Leon Camier. Third place, number 18, Andrew Bartlett. Fourth place, 26. Fifth place, number 15, and sixth place, number 9. We're already on with race 35 as they've already got into that first bend. And as we look to that far side, that does look as if it's Bradley Kite that's got to the front. Matthew Stainer was the rider that got to that first bend first. He's now sitting in second place, but it is Bradley Kite that's setting the pace. Thomas Cooper up in third place. Well, Matthew Stainer is determined not to let Bradley Kite get away with it. He gets close to him again in that top bend. Goes down the back straight, looking to close that gap all the time. So Bradley not pulling away from Matthew. And Matthew Stainer tries the outside this time. Certainly putting the pressure on Bradley as he goes into this top bend. Well, certainly the different styles. Matthew looks very, very quick in the middle of the bends, and it's this approach to the bend that he seems to be much, much quicker in this bottom bend. He goes round the outside and certainly gives Bradley a fright as Bradley turns the power back on. One more lap to go, but Matthew Stainer has got to the front into this top bend. This is where he'll try and consolidate the lead by closing the door so that Bradley can't come back underneath him, but Bradley goes a long way round. He knows he's gone very wide. He pulls himself back in, and as he goes down that back straight, he's obviously conscious of those track markers on the far side, but it's cost him the lead because you can see coming across the line it is number 10 Matthew Stainer. Second across the line is number 495 Bradley Kite. The result then of race 35, a win for number 10 Matthew Stainer. In second place number 495 Bradley Kite. Third place number 153 Thomas Cooper. And fourth place number 19 Jamie Nodes. Fifth place number 83 and sixth place number 11 as we go over the page quickly to the intermediates, and we've already got heat 1 underway. And if I look down the list of riders for heat 1, I should be able to guess that that's number 152 out in front. That of course is Matt Reed. Well, as they go round that top bend, Matt Reed trying to open that gap between him and second place a little bit. As they come past me, he's still got himself in that lead. Oh, he's already had 3 rides and had 3 wins. This was looking to make it 4. Well, as the bike sounds as if it's fighting every inch of the way, he goes into his last lap. And although he's made this particular race look a little bit easier, the other 3 certainly haven't been. He's done well to earn the points that he's got so far in this class. That is yet another checkered flag for him as Matt Reed makes it 4 rides and 4 wins in the intermediate class.